good morning to all our freaky, ghouly, creepy, cool people. It's Jazz, and this is Giving Up the Ghost podcast. So I am recording this real quickly, an intro for this week's episode. Apologize for last week. I was MIA on holidays. In saying that, it is going to be a super busy season coming up. I'm getting a little anxious about it. A fabulous, amazing season, which starts like September-ish or whatever. This past weekend, we were able to go out to the s'mores and ghost stories out at Fort la Reine in Portage la Prairie. If you've never been there, like they are closed for the season right now, but wow, super cool, super haunted. Yeah, so that place is closed for the season. However, our friends at the Winnipeg Paranormal Group will have a public investigation. I believe that is October 3rd. So check their calendars, buy your tickets, and I think we'll be there to record again. Didn't do too much investigations this past weekend out there, more so for the ghosts and the s'mores and ghost stories, which was cool. Thank you for everybody that came out. Everybody was really quiet and shy, so I hope I did okay. I don't know. I tried my best, but in any event, I just recalled some of our favorite spooky, scary stories that we've talked about on the podcast over the last few years. So hoping to do more of that. It was kind of cool. Not much of a public speaker. I mean, like we do the podcast and all that kind of stuff, but we have a face for audio, but we'll leave that there. In any event, Spirits with Spirits is coming up fast at the King's Head Pub. Please make sure you come to this one. Special guest yet to be announced. We have somebody in mind. We're just waiting for a response. Super cool. More details on that once we know. And that is going to be September 24th at the King's Head Pub. So yeah, a lot of really cool things in the works. Again, how many times can I say the word works? There is another public investigation with the Winnipeg Paranormal Group at the St. James Museum, September 13th. At the point of this recording, I am not too sure if there are any tickets left, but watch for their website. I mean, if you want to get a little bit of an experience as to what it is to explore with ghost hunting tools, I mean, they're the people. They know what's going on. And thanks to them as well for having me and T out to Seven Oaks Museum. That was cool. Speaking of Seven Oaks, today's episode is with the curator, Tracey Turner, who looks after the Seven Oaks Museum, as well as the St. Norbert Historical Museum. So this woman is busy, and she believes in ghosts, and she is also an executive member of the Manitoba Historical Society. Talk about the trifecta. This lady is busy, and yeah, she gets it. So just a wonderful interview, a quick interview, because it was a busy night. I'm hoping to have more I still got the Dalnavert I got to work on. Sorry, I've been a little busy. In any event, a lot of really cool things coming up. Certainly, please watch our Facebook page. That is where we are most active. Hoping to record with Cher again soon. Hoping she can come out to some of the public investigations, if not the odd Spirit with Spirits. She's not really an extrovert person. So hoping to sit down with her in the pod lounge again and get some stories, like back to the origins of how we used to do this. So in any event, listen to today's episode again with Tracey Turner, who is the curator of the Seven Oaks Museum. Speaking of the Seven Oaks House, they have a special event coming up called Spirits of Seven Oaks House. It's a candlelit theatrical ghost tour of the oldest house in Winnipeg with Matthew Cumis. The dates are September 19th, 20th, and 26th. The production has 2 time slots, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. So keep watch for the Seven Oaks House socials for more details and ticket informations for this haunting occasion. And certainly, please reach out to us at Giving Up the Ghost Podcast. You got to put that podcast in there. Giving Up the Ghost Podcast at gmail.com. Send us your stories, questions, comments. We'd love to hear from you. It's all about sharing the ghost love, right? So on that note, remember to live every day like it is your last, but never give up the ghost. Ciao for now. All right, so we are recording. So this is Jazz giving up the Ghost podcast, and I have the honor to interview Tracey, the curator with Seven Oaks Museum. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, you know, it's a kumbaya, it's a ghost love thing.
Yeah.
So I'll throw you questions. Probably going to ask. It's going to be busy. It's going to be really, really busy here. So I appreciate the Winnipeg Paranormal Group allowing me to come. I always just kind of tag along. So yeah, so with the museum, it's such a beautiful ground. Like you guys really do a good job, like with the gardens and everything. Like walking up, I would never have known it is like well, I mean, obviously the house looks old, but it's really all in well kept shape, right?
It's stunning.
Yeah.
It's really a gem in the city of Winnipeg. We are the oldest house in Winnipeg, dating to 1831. So it's significant, but I think the really important thing to know is that this is actually the original site for the house too.
Okay.
So, oftentimes when you go to a museum with a historic house, it's been moved. Right. Well, this one is in the original place that it was built, and the foundation itself was cut by John Inkster. So it was
wow.
The whole house was built by him, and
Yep.
and it's historically so significant.
Right. And the lot that it's on, was it significantly larger and cut back, or has it always? Do you know if it's always been relatively the same size?
It was larger. So this would have been originally one of the Red River lots,
Okay.
And that would run all the way to the river. So here we are on Mac Street. So that's down towards Cathedral and Scotia, I think. Right? Scotia along the river there.
Yeah.
And then all the way to McPhillips.
Oh, wow.
So that's how long Red River lots were.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it?
It is, very much.
And so they were originally to be agricultural land.
Gotcha.
So,
well, yeah, then that would make sense. So, excellent. And the original owners were Mary and
John and Mary Inkster. Right. Okay. Yeah. Or Mary Sinclair would have been her her pre-married name.
She was Métis, right?
She was Métis. So she was born. Her father was Scottish and her mother was Cree.
Nice. Excellent. And she lived here her whole life, correct? And from the time she was not born, but married. Her and John built their first house. So to our left here, you can see this is part of their first house, and then way over on the other side of the property there, that's the other portion of the house. They actually at some point split it and then added it onto this house. So the original house was dated to 1831, and then this house was built in 1851 and finished in 1853. So this was sort of, at the time, this would have been a mansion. It would have been.
Yeah.
And it's just so beautiful. We love histories. We say history and hauntings go hand in hand.
Absolutely,
so, and we fucking love history. So in saying that, now back to the haunting part of things, just real quickly.
Yeah.
So how long have you worked here?
I started in January. Okay. So this is, I'm not new to being a museum curator. I've had a lot of time working in different museums. So, but my stint here began in January. So I'm still getting to know the place in many ways.
And still getting to know the ghosts?
Getting to know the ghosts. Yes. I've had quite a few encounters already. And today with Winnipeg Paranormal coming over, I felt excitement around me all day at home, as if like
they're telling you that
they were telling me they're so excited that we were going to be here. So I've had experiences where there were I've heard objects fall, things moved. I've heard voices in my ear.
Ooh, saying, that's a little unnerving, I think.
They've been friendly. Yeah. Like when I come in, I might get a hi or a bye.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then that's totally cool.
Yeah. No, it's not been nothing that would be too out of the ordinary for a curator to have happening.
Sure.
I kind of have that experience everywhere I work. So
yeah, okay. Yeah. Where can I ask where else you've worked?
Yeah. So I am also curator right now of the St. Norbert Provincial Heritage Museum.
That's why you're so busy.
Yeah. So that's one of my other places I curate at, and I am the executive director of the Manitoba Historical Society.
Oh, good for you.
So that's my
kudos, man.
Yeah.
Kudos. Like honestly,
thanks.
Like we're in such awe because we love history. Me and my partner and my pod partner, and that's our source of information for that's our starting point for the information because it's credible,
right.
And that's kind of like part of it too. I mean, not to say hauntings are or not credible because it is so individual to everybody. So there's not a lot that you can really follow up, on ghost stories, and unless people have had shared experiences, which is always nice too. But I mean, it's always nice when we kind of start the basis of our research with credible information that's been verified. So, the Manitoba Historical Society. I mean,
yeah, our website is a
impeccable.
huge source of and wealth of information. So yeah, I get it. It's an honor to run that organization. It's on, we've really been guiding it to lots. We have a lot of digital assets, and we just released a new app, which is called MHS Insight, which is links all our historic sites database right into your phone. So if you upload awesome. That onto your phone, that's our new.
I think I'm going to have to do that.
We just released that this summer, so that was a big project. Yeah,
one of the people they do the TikTok, and I do the TikTok. We do the TikTok, so I follow them on TikTok, and I like their videos because it puts sort of like the words to a visual, but no, I'm really impressed. I'm glad to hear that you're with that organization and you have these experiences, because I've always been afraid to approach somebody for, either an interview or whatever, just because, maybe that's not in the wheelhouse, right? Because typically it's frowned upon.
I get that. I agree that. Yeah, I would say that's true. There's a bit of a, I don't know, taboo around sometimes revealing that you might be spiritually open, or that you energetically,
right?
And then and honestly, like at this point in my career, I'm very eager to share that that I'm into that, and to kind of show that part of my character, because that's how we attract people to a lot of the historic stuff in the city.
I'm so impressed.
Well, thank you.
Because us two, me and my pod partner, we're women of certain age.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of collective experiences, and we just find that it's just so sad, and that's why we do Spirits with Spirits, this new event that we started last year with the Winnipeg Paranormal Group at Little Brown Jug, and now we've moved it to the King's Head, which is haunted, so that makes it that much more spot on, right?
Yeah, that's an amazing location. So,
I mean, we give the opportunity for people that, if they're held back, or if they've been told, like, no, that never happened, or that doesn't exist. At least, people can come up and tell their story, and it's like cathartic. It gets it off their chest.
Yeah, you're creating a space. You're holding that space,
a safe
right?
Place.
Yeah, super important. Yeah,
no judgment. So. But and so going back to the house and your experiences, we had speaking Spirits of Spirits. We had Matthew Kumis last month as our special guest, and he said he used to work here, so he had some stories, and he'll be coming here next month or September. Yes.
So in September 18th, 19th, and 26th, we have a special event. It's Spirits of Seven Oaks House.
Yes.
Which is this immersive experiential kind of tour of the ghosts of this place. So that tickets are on sale now from our website, so you can check it out. It's going to be, we're really changing it up for this year. So you can expect a really entertaining sort of journey through a lot of the experiences that people have had here, and hopefully people will have their own too.
Right. So. I hope I have an experience.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get touched. Eh?
No, I know you're going to have some here for sure.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty.
I'm
pretty easy.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's awesome. I don't know what more to ask you unless anything comes up during the evening. So
yeah, you can always.
I'll bump into you and I'll stick the microphone in your face again. I have my friend, she's friends with me and Cher. She kind of helps me just to handle, and we'll just kind of do our own thing. We don't want to bother people with their own, and that's just it. It's nice if I have somebody to walk through the house with, and we can just bounce things off of. Because everybody here with this public investigation, this is their own experience, so we don't want to impede on. We may ask everybody else questions.
Yeah.
Like if they've got ghost stories.
Yeah. We have a couple staff here too. So if anybody has any kind of thing they want to connect to the place, they can ask them.
I definitely will. I'm not shy. But like I say, as we get older, we don't care. Like, this is who we are. This is what we do. And, and we invite other people to share their experiences and tell, because it happened. And basically ghosts and spirits are just a science that they haven't really officially discovered yet.
Yeah.
Clinically speaking.
No, I agree with you there. I have yet to come to Spirits with Spirits. It's always on a night I'm busy for something.
I know, because that was one of the thoughts. I'm like, oh, what about that Tracey?
I'd love to come. Yeah. Well, you'll do it in the winter, right?
We're going to do it in the winter.
So maybe I'll be able to come sometime.
You think your schedule might be a little freer then? Yeah, okay, that'd be great. Because we just actually got the signal a few days ago that they want us permanently. Well, not as permanent goes.
That's great.
It's been on a trial basis kind of thing.
Oh, and you're probably filling the place, right?
That's what I'm thinking. But,
you know, it's like I find social media, you know, do a good post.
Yes.
Couple hours usually, at least, right?
Yeah.
If it to be a good one.
Yeah, and I do pay for advertising for the Spirits of Spirits.
Oh, do you?
It doesn't cost much. I mean, there's no money in podcasting. This is just like a glorified hobby. But we're just hoping at some point we catch the right ear or attention. And maybe it does evolve, you know? But we do it for fun.
Yeah.
So we were actually, feedspot.com reached out to us a couple weeks ago and said, you are, by a panel, selected as the best Canadian paranormal podcast.
I heard that.
Yeah. We've always been in their top 10.
Yeah.
Once we hit, I think last October, we hit number 1.
Yeah.
Because I hustled my ass off that month last year, you know. But anyway, all gluttony and glorified.
I have it in the back of my mind that might be something I'd like to do in the future, but I don't have time right now.
You know, it's not a lot, but it's a lot.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I don't know how, because I had to teach myself everything, you know, and that's only because, you know, we came to a place where, you know, when I was working at my 9-to-5 job that I still have, and music's nice and I love music, but it was so repetitive after a while. And I'm like, oh, I heard there's this thing called podcast. I've been talking 7 years ago, you know, 8 years ago. And then I'm like, ooh, maybe there's ghost stories. And then all I was finding was like, you know, the ghost stories in the States or like those really well-known Banff Hotel. And I'm like, where's the Winnipeg stories at? Like, come on. Because growing up here, like, it's haunted AF, right? So, I mean, like, you know the stories. And it's just like, okay, sure, there is, you know, Fort Garry Hotel, there, you know, all the knowns, but there's all the unknowns. And I think I would like to tap into that. And, you know, like you always hear about the house down the street or the church on the corner, you know, those kind of stories. And we kind of want to perpetuate and give it a home or a life. We're thinking about, well, we've talked about it before, and I'm hoping this winter I want to write a book of all the stories we've collected.
That'd be great.
Just to document stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, when it goes mouth to ear, it gets lost.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. Anyway.
Well, it'd probably be pretty easy to just put your podcast into a transcription.
Yes.
And then you could work from that for your text.
And then maybe we'll make some money. But it's, again, that's not necessarily
you know what
about,
I think the more you're building leverage and knowledge, and then once you have something to sell,
right,
then you have the leverage to sell it, right?
Yes,
so that's kind of, you need the product, you need the leverage to sell the product. So it's like, which one first? Well, it's kind of like you build both together, I think.
Or notoriety. I would like to have Dan Aykroyd on our podcast.
Oh.
I think that would be a good that would be a good catapult.
You have to figure out a time when he comes maybe to shoot something.
Or I think I have a couple of ins indirectly.
You could probably just do one remotely too, right?
Probably. Just over
that wouldn't probably be as much fun though.
No, MS Teams and stuff. I think that would be cool. Zoom or whatever they have now. But actually my husband, who is very much a skeptic and not into, he very supportive, and he comes out to these events and he helps us. He's seen and heard a couple of things where he's commits, but he's like A-type personality, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he actually had the dream of the first year and a half of us recording and stuff. He says, I had a dream that you interviewed Dan Aykroyd. It's like, where did that come from? And then ever since then, that's been a thing. So we'll see.
Sounds like a good goalpost.
So if Dan Aykroyd's listening out there.
Yeah.
Well, we are downloaded in 43.
Are these a thing? Because I saw another one over there. Do you guys have them for your?
Well, they sell them. I bought mine off Timo, I think.
Super cute.
Here, I'll give you my card, our card. There's a couple there.
Thank you. Oh, great.
But thanks so much, Tracy.
Yeah,
we'll
thank
talk
you.
to you later on. It was nice meeting you. It was a pleasure.
Very nice to meet you.
And we'll be in touch. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
And and this episode will be out. I'll start editing when I get back, and then first week.